One really important concept we should discuss about CSS layout is what we call the box model. It's all about the way the element works in relation to its display type, the margin, padding and border that it is applied, and any sizing like width and height. Basically all the things we have covered in the chapters so far. Once we've got an overview of this, we can go on to move our elements around and get them in the right place. Let's take a look at one of our elements with DevTools again. This paragraph. We can see the blue area that this paragraph takes up. In DevTools, if you go to the computed part of the style pan, we can see this orange box. It shows the area the content takes up in the middle. This is called the content box. This is the width and the height of the element. Then any padding which is on the element, the border and the margin. At the moment, this paragraph just has margin on the top and the bottom. If we were to set some padding, that box is now changed. And we can see in the green the padding around the box. When we set the width and the height of an element, we are setting it on this blue area, which is the content box. This is specified by a property called Boxsizing, which by default is content box. So now we set the width to 400 pixels. This blue area now says 400 as its width. The padding that we set, this 10 pixels, is actually being added to the entire width of the element. Remember, it's space on the inside. If I put a border on the paragraph, we'll see that. So the actual width that this paragraph is taking up is 400 pixels plus the 10 on the left and the 10 on the right. So it's actually 420 pixels. This is something to bear in mind when we're trying to place boxes in our design, and something that's easy to overlook. We might set something to be 50% of the width of its parent and another box next to it which is 50%. If we add padding to those 50%, there's actually not enough room in the 100% of the parents to fit both the boxes. We can change our box sizing property to border box. This means that it's now including in the width that I've specified, the 400 pixels, not only the content, the blue area, but also the padding and the border as well. This makes it easier to specify widths, as it's taking into account the other sizing that's inside of this box. The margin isn't involved in this box sizing, as it's space on the outside of the box, and there's no way to change this. Remembering all these things about an element and the box model, and also the difference that we see when we're using block, and inline, gives us good grounding for when we come to laying out our page in the next chapter.